Think you need a massive backyard to grow your own fruit trees? Think again. You can actually grow full-sized, delicious fruit right on your patio, balcony or tiny yard using nothing but containers. Today, I'm counting down the top 10 fruit trees that absolutely thrive in pots. Number 10, pomegranates and hardy options. What if I told you there's a fruit tree that actually gets more productive when its roots are restricted? Pomegranates are absolute champions in containers, and here's why they should be your first choice if you're new to container fruit growing. Pomegranates naturally prefer confined spaces because root restriction triggers more flowering and fruiting. The Crimson Sky and favourite varieties are specifically bred for containers, staying compact at 3 to 5 feet tall while producing full-sized ruby red fruits bursting with juicy seeds. These beauties can handle temperatures down to about 10 degrees Fahrenheit, making them perfect for most climates. Here's how to succeed with container pomegranates. Start with a 20-gallon pot minimum. This gives roots room to establish while maintaining that beneficial restriction. Use well-draining potting mix with added perlite because pomegranates hate wet feet. The secret is drought tolerance. Once established, they actually prefer slightly dry conditions between waterings. The visual appeal is incredible too. Those twisted, dancer skirt blooms in bright red orange are absolutely stunning against glossy green leaves, making your pomegranate both productive and ornamental. You'll get fruit in just 2 to 3 years, and mature trees can produce 50 to 100 pomegranates annually. One pro tip, don't overwater. Let the top inch of soil dry between waterings. During winter, reduce watering dramatically. They're naturally adapted to Mediterranean climates with dry winters. Number 9, papayas. Here's something that might surprise you. Papayas are actually one of the fastest fruiting trees you can grow in containers, but there's a crucial mistake most people make that kills their plants immediately. Papayas can fruit in just 6 to 12 months from seed, making them incredibly rewarding for impatient gardeners. They're naturally suited to containers in tropical and subtropical areas, and their shallow root system actually prefers the controlled environment of a pot. The biggest mistake? Transplant shock. Papaya roots are extremely delicate and don't recover from root disturbance. Here's the solution. Start with your final container size immediately. Go straight to a 20 to 25 gallon pot and plant 2 to 3 seeds directly in that container. Why multiple seeds? Papayas have male, female, and hermaphrodite plants. You need a hermaphrodite or female plant to get fruit. Plant several seeds, let them grow 6 to 8 inches, then keep the strongest one and remove the others. Papayas are heavy feeders and love consistent moisture without waterlogging. Use a rich potting mix amended with compost for good drainage. Add perlite or pine bark if needed. They need full sun minimum 6 hours daily and temperatures above 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's a bonus tip. The leaves and green fruits contain papaya, a natural meat tenderizer. You can harvest young leaves for wrapping food in many tropical cuisines. The reward is incredible. Fresh, sweet papayas with vibrant orange flesh right from your patio, loaded with vitamins A and C. Number 8, berries. What if you could get multiple harvests from the same plant throughout the year? These berry superstars don't just fruit once, they're ever-bearing champions that keep producing for months on end. Let's start with mulberries, specifically the dwarf ever-bearing varieties. These compact powerhouses stay under 6 feet in containers, but produce sweet, blackberry-like fruits continuously from spring through fall. The Thai mulberry and ever-bearing dwarf varieties are perfect choices for beginners. Here's the cool part. You can propagate new plants simply by taking cuttings from your original tree. Blueberries bring different magic to container growing. They're naturally beautiful with spring flowers, summer fruits, and brilliant full color in shades of red. The secret to container blueberries is soil acidity. They need a pH between 4.5 and 5.2. Create the perfect mix using 50% peat moss and 50% quality potting soil. Here's how to maximize your berry production. Start with 15-gallon containers, minimum for mulberries, 10-gallon for blueberries. Both need consistent moisture but excellent drainage to prevent root rot. Mulberries tolerate various soil types, while blueberries are pickier about that acidic soil mix. The care difference is key. Mulberries are nearly maintenance-free once established, just needing monthly feeding during growing season. Blueberries need more attention to soil pH and consistent watering, since peat moss can be tricky to re-wet once it dries out. Both fruits are nutritional powerhouses loaded with antioxidants, and there's something magical about stepping outside for fresh berries with your morning coffee. Number 7. Guava and exotic fruits. Ever wondered what happens when you combine incredible flavor with edible flowers that taste like cotton candy? Welcome to the world of exotic container fruits that most people don't even know exist. Pineapple guava, also called feijoa, is an absolute game changer for container growing. The Bambina variety stays compact at just 3 to 4 feet tall, perfect for pots, while producing egg-shaped fruits with creamy gold flesh that taste like a tropical vacation. But here's the amazing part. Those stunning white and pink flowers with crimson centers are completely edible and sweet like natural candy. Passion fruit takes exotic to another level. These vigorous vines produce those distinctive purple or yellow fruits with intensely flavored aromatic pulp that's perfect for drinks, desserts, or eating fresh. Plus, the intricate lavender flowers are absolutely gorgeous and attract beneficial insects. Here's how to succeed with exotic container fruits. Use 15 to 20 gallon containers with excellent drainage holes. Both plants prefer rich, well-draining soil amended with compost for consistent moisture. Pineapple guava is surprisingly cold tolerant, down to about 15 degrees Fahrenheit, while passion fruit needs protection below 32 degrees. The secret to passion fruit success is providing a strong trellis system. These vines are enthusiastic climbers that spread quickly. For pineapple guava, minimal pruning maintains the natural mounding shape while maximizing flower and fruit production. Both fruits are self-pollinating, though passion fruit benefits from hand pollination for better fruit set indoors. The reward is exotic flavors that cost $5 to $10 per fruit at specialty stores, grown fresh on your own patio. Drop a comment below and tell me which fruit tree you're planning to try growing in a container. Number 6. Dwarf apples. Think apples need massive orchards to grow properly? Here's the shocking truth. Dwarf apple trees in containers can actually outproduce their full-sized ground-planted cousins per square foot of growing space. The secret is rootstock selection. Look for apples grafted onto M27, M9, or M26 rootstocks. These create naturally dwarf trees that stay under 8 feet tall while producing full-sized, delicious apples. Varieties like Anna, Dorset Golden, and Tropic Beauty are specifically bred for warm climates and container growing. Here's where most people fail with container apples. They plant just one tree. Apples need cross-pollination from a different variety to produce fruit reliably. Plant at least 2 different varieties that bloom simultaneously, or choose a multi-graft tree with several varieties on one trunk. Container success starts with size. Use 20 to 25 gallon pots minimum filled with loam-based mix. Apples have extensive root systems that need room to establish. The soil mix should drain well but retain moisture, and full sun is absolutely critical for good fruit development and flavor. The timing secret: thin fruits early in the season. Young branches can't support heavy fruit loads, and overfruiting can stress the tree and reduce future production. Remove excess fruits when they're marble-sized, leaving 4 to 6 inches between remaining apples. Winter care is crucial. Apple trees need chill hours with temperatures between 32 and 45 degrees Fahrenheit to fruit properly. Most varieties need 200 to 1,000 chill hours, depending on the cultivar. This makes variety selection critical based on your climate zone. Number 5. Dwarf peaches and nectarines. What's the difference between a $1 grocery store peach and a tree-ripened masterpiece from your own container? It's like comparing cardboard to candy, and you can grow the candy version right on your sunny patio. Dwarf peaches and nectarines are absolutely perfect for containers. Varieties like Tropic Beauty, Pick Z, and Florida Prince stay compact at 5 to 7 feet, while producing full-sized, incredibly sweet fruits dripping with juice. These beauties also provide stunning spring blossoms in shades of pink and attractive foliage, making them ornamental and productive. The key to container stone fruit success is airflow management. Crowded conditions lead to leaf curl, brown rot, and other fungal issues. Space containers adequately and prune for an open center that allows good air circulation through the canopy. Here's your container setup. Use 20 to 25 gallon pots with excellent drainage holes. Stone fruits hate wet feet but need consistent moisture during fruit development. The soil should be well draining but moisture retentive. Add aged compost to improve both drainage and water retention. Pruning is critical but simple. Remove dead, diseased and crossing branches during winter dormancy. Open the centre for airflow and don't be afraid to thin heavily. These trees naturally overproduce and too much fruit results in small, poor quality peaches that can break branches. The timing reward is incredible. Fresh peaches and nectarines from your own containers, picked at perfect ripeness when sugars are at their peak. Store-bought fruit is picked unripe and never develops that incredible tree-ripened sweetness and aroma. Number 4. Citrus. What if one tree could give you year-round harvests, incredible fragrance, and fruits that cost $8 per pound at the grocery store? Welcome to the world of container citrus, the ultimate multitasking fruit trees for small spaces. Meyer lemons lead this citrus parade because they're naturally compact, self-pollinating, and incredibly productive in pots. Unlike regular lemons, Meyers have a sweet, thin-skinned, almost orange-like flavour that's perfect for cooking and cocktails. They can fruit multiple times per year in the right conditions, giving you a continuous harvest. Calamansi brings Filipino cuisine to your patio with tiny, intensely flavoured lime-like fruits, perfect for marinades and drinks. Mandarins like Owari Satsuma are incredibly cold-hardy for citrus and produce easy-to-peel, seedless fruits just in time for the holidays. Here's the container. Citrus formula. Use 15 to 20 gallon pots minimum with excellent drainage holes. Citrus absolutely cannot tolerate waterlogged roots. The soil should be slightly acidic to neutral, and full sun is non-negotiable, at least 8 hours daily for good fruit production. The winter strategy depends on your climate. In zones 9 to 11, citrus can stay outside year-round. Colder areas require bringing plants indoors or into a greenhouse during freezing weather. Watch for temperature drops below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Even brief freezes can damage fruit and flowers. Fertilizing is crucial. Citrus are heavy feeders. Use citrus-specific fertilizer monthly during the growing season and watch for yellowing leaves, which often indicates nutrient deficiency rather than watering issues. The reward is restaurant-quality citrus picked fresh from your own patio trees. Number 3. Figs. Here's something that will blow your mind. Figs actually prefer growing in containers over being planted in the ground. And there's a fascinating biological reason why this makes them incredibly productive for small spaces. In nature, figs fruit best when their roots are restricted because stress triggers reproductive mode. Container growing provides perfect root restriction, making potted figs often more productive than ground-planted ones. Varieties like Little Miss Figgy and Brown Turkey are specifically selected for container excellence, staying under 6 feet tall. The beauty of container figs goes beyond productivity. These trees provide 2 harvests per year, a Breba crop in early summer from last year's wood, and a main crop in late summer on new growth. Fresh figs are incredibly expensive and don't store well, making homegrown figs a true luxury you can't easily buy. Here's your fig success formula. Start with 15-gallon containers minimum, moving up to 20 to 25 gallons as trees mature. Figs tolerate various soil types but need good drainage to prevent rot. They're surprisingly drought-tolerant once established, preferring deep, infrequent watering over frequent shallow watering. Winter brings an important transition. Figs go completely dormant, dropping all their leaves. Don't panic. This is completely normal. In colder climates, you can move containers to unheated garages or wrap them for protection. The bare branches will burst back to life in spring with fresh growth. Pruning is minimal. Just remove dead wood and control size. Figs fruit on new wood, so heavy pruning actually increases production. The result is restaurant-quality fresh figs with incredible honey-like sweetness and complex flavors you simply cannot buy in stores. Number 2. Mangoes. Think mangoes only grow in tropical paradise. Here's the secret. Dwarf mango varieties in containers can fruit in just 2 to 3 years and produce incredible harvests even in non-tropical climates with proper winter care. The key is variety selection. Dwarf mangoes like ice cream, pickering and coggeshall stay compact at 6 to 8 feet, while producing full-sized, incredibly sweet fruits with silky texture. These varieties are grafted onto dwarfing rootstock, creating manageable trees that thrive in 25-gallon containers while delivering commercial-quality mangoes. Here's the critical mango mistake most people make: over-pruning. Mangoes fruit on new growth terminals, so excessive pruning actually reduces fruit production. Light pruning to control size and remove deadwood is all that's needed. The natural growth habit produces the best fruiting wood. Container mangoes need specific conditions: full sun, minimum 8 hours daily, well-draining soil that retains some moisture, and protection from temperatures below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. They're surprisingly adaptable to container life because their fibrous root system naturally stays relatively compact. The feeding strategy is crucial. Mangoes are heavy feeders during growing season, but need reduced fertilization during winter rest periods. Use balanced, slow-release fertilizer monthly during active growth, switching to low nitrogen in fall to encourage flowering. Here's the amazing part. Container-grown mangoes often fruit more reliably than ground-planted ones because you control soil conditions, drainage, and can provide winter protection. The result is tree-ripened mangoes with complex tropical flavors, an incredible sweetness that grocery store mangoes picked unripe for shipping simply cannot match. Number 1. Avocados. What makes avocados the ultimate container fruit tree for small spaces? They're the only fruit that gets more expensive every year, can produce for decades, and here's the kicker. Container-grown avocados often fruit faster than ground-planted ones. The secret weapon is the Wurtz avocado, also called Little Cardo. This variety was specifically developed for container growing, staying under 10 feet tall while producing full-sized, creamy, buttery avocados with nutty flavor. Unlike grocery store varieties that take 5 to 7 years to fruit, Wurtz can produce in just 2 to 4 years in containers. Here's why avocados claim the top spot. They're self-pollinating, incredibly productive once established, and a mature tree can produce 50 to 100 avocados annually. At $2 to $3 per avocado in stores, that's serious money saved while getting superior tree-ripened quality. Container success requires specific conditions: 25-gallon pots minimum with exceptional drainage holes. Avocados are extremely sensitive to waterlogged roots. Mix your soil with perlite and pine bark mulch to create a fast-draining medium. Water deeply but infrequently, letting soil dry between waterings. The positioning secret is crucial. Avocados need full sun but benefit from afternoon shade in extremely hot climates. They're surprisingly cold sensitive, needing protection below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. In colder zones, containers make winter protection possible by moving plants indoors or into protected greenhouses. Here's the incredible payoff. Fresh avocados picked at perfect ripeness have a completely different flavor than store-bought fruit. They're creamier, more complex, and ready to eat immediately rather than waiting days to ripen. Plus, you control the growing conditions, ensuring no harmful chemicals touch your homegrown nutrient-dense superfood. Growing fruit trees in containers isn't just possible, it's often better than traditional ground planting. Start small, choose varieties suited for your climate, and watch your patio transform into a productive paradise. If you love this video, you'll love the next one more.
If you found value in this video, you're going to love this next one.